back to the channel, everybody. Brad Garlinghouse was at the World Economic Forum today. They posted a video on weforum.org. That video is titled Clear-Eyed About Crypto. Did you watch this? It's a 46-minute video, but it was powerful, eye-opening. I'm going to go over a few things that they discussed in here. Number one, let me just say that they had the financial secretary of Hong Kong on this panel. Do you understand how powerful that is? And not only did they have him on the panel, he sounded very bullish about crypto. He even went as far, now we'll get to Brad in a moment. He even went as far as to say, because I believe it was Brad Garlinghouse brought up the volatility of crypto and how a lot of people don't like it. But we'll get to the point where utility will take over and speculation will go away. So that'll be at the back of people's minds, like the fluctuation in price and such. And after Brad said that, I believe it was Brad, go watch the video for yourself. Then the financial secretary of Hong Kong stepped in and said, you know what? As a regulator, he made sure to clarify that. As a regulator, he said, we don't really care about the volatility. What? That was powerful. Once again, he's the financial secretary of Hong Kong. They make waves, people. China's a mover and a shaker in the world. So for them to say, you know what? We don't really care about the volatility. And that's hilarious considering so many people point at the volatility of crypto as being what is distasteful about it, what they're concerned about. So that was eye-opening. Go watch it yourself. I'm telling you, it's a good video. And then Brad Garlinghouse goes on, and I'm going to paraphrase, of course, but he went on to declare that in the future, he believes, now this is just his opinion, but he believes there's going to be a great separation in crypto, right? So he's saying that the utility-based projects, the ones that have solid use cases, he even pointed out Circle to give people an example. He didn't just say themselves because he already talked about Ripple and XRP, cross-border payments, stuff like that. He already talked about that, but he went on to give a second example, which was Circle. Circle wasn't even on the panel. They were in the audience. But Brad was saying, hey, like Circle with stable coins and such, these types, Ripple, XRP, Circle, USDC, they have a future at the top. And then he referenced the institutional money. Didn't we talk about that recently? You see how everything is being confirmed. He said that institutional money that's going to be flowing in now, right? Because those legacy system members are going to be getting used to crypto now. That's what the ETFs did. We talked about that yesterday, but Brad said the same thing. But of course, he said it in his own way. But he said it. That's going to bring all that institutional, not just the capital in, is bringing the minds of the legacy system, those stalwarts in. And that would speed up the process of legitimization of crypto. And then there will be the great separation because all the big companies are going to be using the legitimate projects. Didn't we just cover earlier about Franklin Templeton going absolutely gaga, drooling at the mouth over Solana? You see, they're all looking at certain projects to use. Now, whether they do or not, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's getting hot, folks. By the way, if you like this kind of content, please click that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Click that subscribe button. So the great separation, you have that being discussed. You have the financial secretary of Hong Kong saying, yeah, we don't really care about volatility. That's not really a big deal. So what they're saying is, and here's that call again for global regulations, a global standard of some sort. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but they're saying they just want to make sure things are legit. Now, we know it's very different in the United States with the absolutely insane SEC, but we will climb that mountain. We will conquer that mountain. We will get past them. In my humble opinion, of course, just my opinion, but we will get past that and then we will move on from there. There's a lot of big activities coming up, but this was a huge, powerful panel, powerful video, in my humble opinion. Recommend you going to watch it. This is what it says in the description. Let's read this here. It says, while some nations view digital currencies as the foundation of an innovation economy and a new, more inclusive financial system, I rarely hear them put those words together. A new, not only new, but more inclusive financial system, not just a new financial system, but when they say inclusive, let me tell you, they're talking about including everything. They rarely talk about people. So when they say inclusive, a lot of people take that to mean, well, they're going to include some people. That sounds good. That sounds nice. But the reality is, when they say inclusive, they always either preempt it or they follow it with, oh yeah, tokenization. They're talking about including everything in the financial system. They're talking about including all the value. It's coming. It's simple as that. Whether people believe or not, it doesn't change what is actually happening. It does not change the facts. This is what they're saying. This is what they've been talking about. All right. And they are directing where things are going. So it's coming according to them. Let's see if they can pull it off. This is what they want. Let's see where it goes, right? But a new, more inclusive financial system and society. Others, it says others, they take shots at people. We don't need to go negative. I'm actually surprised that the World Economic Forum is speaking this way, but I probably should not be. Then they talk about how can regulators simultaneously promote innovation while protecting the consumer? That's something that they raised. Like that's a silly thing in my humble opinion, but this is one of the guises that they operate under. Like I don't feel like I need them to protect me whatsoever. I think I'm wise enough to make wise decisions. And I feel like if an individual, makes unwise decisions, these people are not their parents. These people are not some sort of kings on a mountain or some gods in the clouds to take that position where we're going to protect all these people when they really don't. They really don't. What they want is power under the guise of protection. Give me all your power, right? Give me this power over you and I will protect you. Like we've heard stuff like that before. That sounds a little, right? That don't sound right. But it says, and what does sensible regulation look like, right? So they're still working on that. So now let's move on here to a little bit of Stellar news, because Stellar is gearing up to unleash their smart contracts or something if they vote the right way, right? Got to get an update on that as well. But they were pushing their Stellar disbursement platform today to everyone. It looks like it says introducing Stellar disbursement platform, an open source bulk payments tool, and the technical product behind Stellar Aid Assist. Didn't I tell everybody that was a doorway in? That's not where it stops. It was a testing ground. And what better way to test everything out when so that when you bring this data to others, you can say, hey, look, this is the company that tested it. Who better than the United Nations? Who's more legit? Whose name carries more weight than United Nations if we're talking about running an initial project and having some sort of credibility or credit based on who you worked with, right? That's in addition to a very solid project. So the Stellar Aid Assist and all of that, helping people and stuff like that, that's good. That's good as well. But that was just a doorway in. And now look at them. They're pushing the Stellar disbursement platform to everyone. I didn't get to watch it, but they did I was very busy earlier. My apologies. Like I can do filming like early in the morning. Things get busy in the middle of the day. Got to rip and run. You got to shake and bake. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, let me not use the word shake and bake. That might mean something else. But like, I get busy. I got to handle business in the middle of the day. Get what I'm saying? And then at night, like in the evening time, then I can record again. So I didn't get a chance to watch this live that they did at Stellar. So apparently they did a live stream about the Stellar disbursement platform. So I'm sure people have a lot of information on this and probably were able to see for themselves whether it's amazing or not. It's going to bring things forward. Let me know in the comment section if you did see that. Was it a powerful presentation? Did they blow your mind? Let me know how you felt about it, because I didn't get to see it. All right. But they are doing very good things at Stellar right now. It's getting real interesting, folks, in my humble opinion. So now let's go here. We have this next little bit of news here. It's titled Arthur Hayes backs Solana. Solana continues to bring in support. It says here, Arthur Hayes, a co-founder of BitMEX and CIO at Maelstrom Fund, has been vocal about Solana. Despite market volatility, Solana has been resilient, rebounding from below $90 to over $100. A seasoned crypto expert, Hayes remains optimistic about Solana's potential, predicting further price appreciation. His confidence has amplified the bullish sentiment surrounding the coin. So he's saying, hey, in future times, Solana could go higher. I'm bullish on Solana as well. I believe in them. I see what they're doing. They have a lot of solid things going on. Because I got into Solana and Chainlink around the same time, I'm bullish on both of them. They've been doing a great job. And yeah, I'm going to throw a little Chainlink news in there. Not really news, but they've been putting out a lot of information about Chainlink and how they plan to dominate. I just love everything about how they talk. Talk that world domination talk to me. I want to hear it. All right. So now let's move on here. We have a little bit of Algorand news. One of our original OG bank coins. All right. We still love Algorand over here. I still believe they have an extremely bright future. I think they're going to shock people. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to shock people the most, at least in the next bull run. I think overall, I think Quant will shock people the most overall. But just my humble opinion. Not financial advice, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. So this article was titled Algorand Block Times Under 3 Seconds After Dynamic Round Times Upgrade. It says Algorand shaves block times by 20% after dynamic Lambda upgrade. So let's find out what's going on here. All right, so now Algorand just continues to get better and better, more powerful. It says Layer 1 blockchain Algorand recently went live with its dynamic Lambda or quote dynamic round times unquote update, which touts higher throughput and increased network performance. This is after they teamed up with Hedera. Algorand has been on fire in 2024. Keep doing good, Algorand, because I want you to prove everybody wrong, and I want us to have a strong bull run whenever that bull run does arrive. All right. So block creation times on the Layer 1 blockchain Algorand have been cut by roughly 20% after a newly implemented protocol update, with average block times now averaging below 3 seconds. So we already have a massive advantage over the legacy system. This gives us even more advantage, makes us even more delicious as a product, as a company to the legacy system. I like that because that's how you bring in the big partnerships, the big money, right? Make them need you. Right? It says, or you look for what the people need and then you provide it to them. And that's what Algorand is doing. It says, in a January 17th post on X, formerly Twitter, the Algorand Foundation announced that the dynamic Lambda or dynamic round times update had gone live, touting higher throughput and increased network performance. Block time data from the Grafana shows the average block interval time dropped to below 3 seconds and has hovered around 2.9 seconds per block since the update. In comparison, Ethereum block times average around 12 seconds. So that is very, very good, right? Especially as a smart contract platform. And then they go a little bit into the pricing and such. We don't need to go that deep right now. When the bull run starts, that's when Algorand always shows you what it's made of, period. When it was the last bull run, when we first started the channel, I know a lot of you have heard this story before. Some of you, there's a lot of you that are new. We have some new subscribers here. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. But in that bull run when we began the channel, Algorand was down low and nobody believed in it, just like now. And then it went boom, boom, bang, bang. That price went way up multiple times. People made a lot of money off of Algorand, and they know it. And I'm expecting it to do the same thing again. That's why I believe it's going to be a shocker. I could be wrong. I could be, but I don't think that I am. All right, so now let's move on here to this article. So now this article, very interesting how everyone's talking about going deeper and looking beyond. Here they say Bitcoin, but they've been saying, hey, let's look beyond crypto. Let's look at what blockchain outright can offer. And what they're really trying to say, this is my interpretation, is, hey, let's not worry about the engine of the car. We know it's the best. We know it's great. let's start driving the car. So they want to start, making the utility work for them. That's what they want. They want that utility to start kicking in. And this is why you're getting this big push now to legitimize crypto, to have fair regulations roll out across the board so they can get it up and running. It says Blackrock, this is the article, Blackrock eyes blockchain beyond Bitcoin through smart contract supply chains. Really? And who could that be? Who do you think that they're having their eyeballs on? Who do you think they're talking about? The top of the top when it comes to smart contracts, in my humble opinion, from what I've seen, you have Algorand at the top. You have, like the best of the best, Algorand, Hedera, Solana. There's like a lot of them are bank coins, right? A lot of them are bank coins. So who is it going to be that BlackRock is looking at when it comes to what they say here, smart contracts? So let's read this little tidbit here and find out what they're talking about. It says, in an interview with recent Verified Cryptocurrency Symposium, Jay Jacobs, U.S. head of thematics and active equity ETFs at BlackRock, highlighted the journey to launching the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF and BlackRock's long-term view on blockchain. Development of the iShares Trust. Let's skip that part. It says here, Jacobs also delved into the broader context of Bitcoin's underlying mechanism in blockchain technology. He identified blockchain as a decentralized and often public ledger that we know. Let's skip that little part. It says this technology, Jacobs points out, has far-reaching implications beyond cryptocurrencies. You see? Forget the engine. We know it's the best. We know it's a moneymaker. We know it's fast. We know it provides liquidity. We know you can stake it. They love all of that. But they want that utility to start kicking in. Let's get that smart contracts kicking in for us. They want it to work for them. It says, beyond cryptocurrencies, such as in supply chain management. That sounds like VeChain. That sounds a lot like VeChain to me, but there's a few others. I won't say a lot. There's a few others that do it also. Such as in supply chain management, where it can enhance security, transparency, and efficiency. There's some kind of crypto out there that BlackRock is eyeballing that could be greatly impacted just by BlackRock mentioning its name in the future. Or maybe they don't mention it. I'm pretty sure maybe they put out a document or something like that. And one of us researchers will find that document and find out what crypto they're talking about. Because what DLT they're talking about. And then it will take off. I don't know how much, but it's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. Not a guarantee. Jacobs' views align with an ever-growing trend suggesting Bitcoin ETFs may be a Trojan horse. I told you, a Trojan horse for digital assets to gain ground within mainstream institutions. They're telling again. They're confirming what I've been saying for months again. And you know it, and I know it. Colin Butler from Polygon Labs. Why are they mentioning Polygon? Polygon Labs told Crypto Slate recently that Web3 infrastructure is capable of handling the trillions of dollars. Here we go talking about trillions again. Why? If it wasn't there, if it wasn't possible, if this wasn't discussed in meetings, and we know Polygon has a lot of powerful partnerships. We know this. But it's not just them. They've discussed the trillions. Chainlink has discussed the trillions. We know they're associated with Swift. If they weren't just talking about this and the possibility of it in meetings, why even bring it up? They don't bring things up just because they're dreams. They bring it up because they're possibilities and they want to push it a little closer to being actuated. This is what I've seen. You could disagree with that. This is what I've seen. It says dollars held by corporate institutions. Even Jamie Dimon. Oh my, you were doing so good. Why reference Jamie Dimon? He's been snapping lately, but let's hear what he has to say. It says, even Jamie Dimon recognizes the power of blockchain to tokenize assets. We'll leave off right there on that one. Let's move on here We're going to end off today with a little bit of Flare news. I know we cover Flare every once in a while. They've been doing a good job. Oh, they've been doing a really, really good job. I'm impressed with them. I'm not easily impressed. I'm not. It says this article is titled, Ripple linked Flare becomes only top 100 crypto with double-digit gains. It says, as cryptocurrency segment takes breath after short-lived ETF-inspired rally, Flare's FLR becomes top performer in CoinMarketCap's top 100. The aggregated market capitalization of CoinMarketCap tracked cryptocurrencies loses 0.3%. The way they wrote this is strange to me. Anyway, let's keep going. So while almost all of the top 20 assets are in red, despite this fact, Ripple associated Flare sees its token expanding its upsurge. I did see it was up a little bit. It was a little green. It says Flare soars by 10% in the last 24 hours. Today, on January 18, 2024, Flare, a core native token of high-performance L1 Flare, is up by over 10%. Remember, they just had Google Cloud, become a partner of theirs, a validator of theirs. And then when that was announced, it went up a bit. And if they got Google Cloud to be a validator, and there's something else it's supposed to be doing, I don't remember exactly. There's something else they're supposed to be doing for Flare, right? That's in addition to making all of the Flare stuff available on whatever that platform that Google has where you can download stuff. But yeah, so they have some big things going on with Flare. It says in the last 24 hours, its price surged from 0.02056 cents to 0.02232 cents on major spot exchanges. All right, so Flare's looking good so far. It's looking good so far. I'm keeping my eye on Flare, and I'm interested in seeing what they do in the future. Oh, here they go. They talk about the Google Cloud activity. 3 days ago, the protocol onboarded Google Cloud as an infrastructure provider. There you go. Okay. To validate the network and contribute to the Flare time series Oracle. I told you so. That's huge. And that's a huge show of approval. Many other companies will come just because Google Cloud is associated with them. Then they have like a tweet here. Let's read this little tweet. It says, many wonder how the new staking options and infrastructure providers affect Flare staking. Answer is positively. It says, in the last 2 weeks, we witnessed 970 million Flare newly staked and 33% increase. Flare community is strong. That's true. Okay, they're doing well. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to leave off there. Now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.